somebody stop. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Regular. Ice it out.
On first down, it's Smith. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, tried to start it out with a bang, but it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Regular.
Back to the air, Smith on second down. Being chased out left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
They're going to go for it. It's Smith. Complete. Jason has it. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, first and 10.
Yellow.
A first carry now for Adrian Peterson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41.
Let's go, 15.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers put their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Hey, get right there. Get right there. Hey, Mike 51. White 33. Set.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hey. Sponge. No. Hey. Play it.
On second down, McCaffrey. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
First down marker at the 31.
Hey.
It's third down.
53's the mic. Great. Set.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it.
Gun, gun, gun. Do something. Say hut.
They snap it to Newton. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover and down. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. It was Eric Reed in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Smith looking for his tight end Reed, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
White 33.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, turn it up, turn it up. Check, check. Hey, get right there. Get right there. Get right there.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? White 33. Give me some. Give me some. Hey, hey.
3rd down. Here's McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. Graham Gano on for the extra point. Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Cat and 0 out now as he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Slot. Hey, back up. Come get some. Come on here.
Here's Smith. And here's another interception. The 3rd of this first quarter. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
We got 4. We're going to set. 180.
Give it up to McCaffrey. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Hey, we got 3 down. 3 to set. 180.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out.
Come on now. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Set. Hey.
The shotgun snap for Newton. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And his kick is right through. Cat 0 out now as he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right?
Hey,
they have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Hey, back up. So we got man. Yellow. Hold the look.
On 1st and 10, Smith. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And a loose football. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 42.
180.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Gun. 51's the mic. Great.
Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
We got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Gun. Hey.
From the gun, here's Newton.
4 down.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th. They will go for it. Now Newton. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Preston Smith coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First down, here's a run with Peterson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter used to win the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. So that one will get him halfway to the first down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now.
That's rock now.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break.
Hey, you got 3. Right there to 3.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Look at that.
They give it to him running left. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. As they'll talk it over here before what'll be an important 3rd down.
That's rock now. Right there to 3.
3 down.
McCaffrey. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Gano's kick is right through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They are looking to make 15, a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
15, yeah.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Mario Addison
right.
in there to make the sack. He buries him
15,
for a loss of 10.
Tiger.
You can't stop me.
Rip Liz. Orange.
Right, check. 59.
Hey, slot. Ice it out.
3rd and long, it's Smith. And he fires one, but incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
A great return there of 22 yards. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's what helped him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
Let's go.
Do some. Do some.
To throw on second down is Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Carolina. Devin Funchess, 47 yards. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
Coach talked about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs.
Baby, let's go. Let's go.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all of these points.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
15.
Julius Peppers in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. The final shot here before break. Smith. And he's going to go down again. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. This first half that we've had guys be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Ha-ha, Clinton Dix there for the stop.
Easy work, and it's coming again.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Great.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Newton now to throw. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now on with McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down, 3 down.
Now Newton. Well, he's caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
We got 4.
Sit. 180.
A give running left to McCaffrey. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Dropped at the 35, but he was able to display the agility there. Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Panthers on 3rd down.
Right,
they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Newton. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's rock now. Hey, hey.
I got
Let's rock now. 8, 8.
Here we go on 4th. Newton. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs.
4 down, 4 down.
Great 15.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And another run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Right back to him on first down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
3, 3. 25. Check
left.
Check 25.
12, 12, 12.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. Keeps himself upright. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. And it's 3rd down.
I'd love to know what he's saying in the huddle now to his guys up front because it's been a steady stream of pressure on him this entire game. That time, able to avoid the sack, but he's got to talk to his offensive line and say, guys, just a couple
15,
seconds extra,
15.
please.
Rip Liz.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
4 down, 4 down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Smith on first down. Caught on the right side, Reed. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. From the red zone now, Smith. And this is caught in the end zone. It's Dotson for the Redskins touchdown. Josh Dox Richardson, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. So here comes Alex Smith as he'll lead his guys up to the line to go for 2.
Double tight. Alert, alert.
They'll let Peterson try and run it in. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. But he will not make it into the end zone. He stops short, and that might spell an end to their chances as this stays a 3-score game. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
He's coming.
They'll try to look for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. He's going to get it running right. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
White to the 3.
Here's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. And Gano's kick is right through. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns. Now it's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Yellow, yellow. Hey, back up, back up, back up, back up. Hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
On 1st down, it's Smith. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richardson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
12.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up in... The Redskins on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Smith. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Thomas Davis. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern, maybe the ball tipped. It can be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up on the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Well, it was second and long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing third and long.
Green.
To throw is Newton. On the catch, it's Jarius Wright. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a fourth down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Green. Express.
They snap it to Newton. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Throwing here, Newton. And Olsen over the middle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will. Newton now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Throwing again is Newton. Eluding the pressure right. Wright's got it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Flush to his right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. Flushed out right. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone, and now 3rd down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
They'll run it now. Out we go. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Liz.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. They were looking for Marshall that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Double.
49, check 49.
Back to the air. Smith on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Landover.